What's everybody? I think we're back. We'll see whether it works or not. At least I got out of deadlock hell. Hopefully the people who were watching on YouTube will find it again. I think the Twitch people will probably be here first. Those of you who are watching on Twitch. Okay, here we go. Ashraz is the first one to comment. Okie dokie. That was a lot of fun. Let's try this again. So, where did I have that file? Dot files, Emacs.d, Lisp. Thank you all for rejoining. I appreciate it. Sorry for the lovely little hang there. So I think I need to have a way to make sure I'm not going into an infinite loop. I don't know if this is even working the way that I expected it to. So we'll take a look in just a second. The while is probably naughty. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna have to just like keep a count and maybe just stop after 30 or something. And also I need to be inserting new lines as well, as someone mentioned before, because it sounds like, let's see, kill the panel, go away. There we go. Steve says, EXWM is a pathway to many abilities some considered to be unnatural. Yeah, until you get completely crippled by the fact that Emacs does something that hangs your session. And it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's set up. We'll see, we have a let here. Was it the while loop that I checked the result file? I'm here. Let's do this the fun way. Let's open up the result file inside of Vim. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do that. Don't look at the result file with Emacs. Okay, maybe, do I even have a terminal emulator installed? I don't think I do. No, I don't have any other terminal emulators. Let's see. Other than Emacs in charge of drawing the window for streams. Yeah, that's I should do that at some point. The while loop is fine. On EOBP. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust it though. Something about that was not good. Maybe it was the fact that I just did not put in new lines. Hey, Benoit. So, I think there's an incf, isn't there? Incf. CL incf. Increment placed by X. Okay. If I cap the file, I don't know if I'll have the same problem. Yeah, head. Yeah, okay. That's a good way to do it. Head C200 .. /init.org. Where is it? Huh? Oh, it didn't get saved. All right, so that explains that. Cool. Let's just do this really quickly then. Just for the sake of safety, I don't want to have any problems. Don't want to have to do that again. C0. While less than C50. 50, yeah. And I know it's a little bit lame, but we're gonna do that. All right, and then we need to incf at the end where we do forward line. CL incf. C. Hopefully that works. We'll find out real fast if it doesn't. Init.org has autosave data. Okay, so it seems for now that we're safe. Come on, man. Auto scroll for me, please. Are you tangling to detangle? I am just sort of detangling at this point. So Ashra said head C200. Yeah, Fosker says I don't see a save buffer call. That's true. That's true, actually. At the end, after the while loop with current buffer. Well, I put those in right after I brought the stream back up, so they weren't there before, which probably is the reason why this went awry. I still need to use with current buffer outside of this. So with current buffer, output buffer, and it was save buffer, right? Yeah, save buffer. think that's enough. Okay. Boom. Now, /init.org. Thank you. All right, so it does seem to be working, at least whenever we're not screwing things up. So, yeah, that line needs to be fixed, I think. That's interesting. I think we do need to have... Empty lines. Empty lines probably need to follow along with whatever the... Let's see, init new. Whatever the current state is. So if you're in org state, probably if you see an empty line, it needs to just continue to add new lines for the org state. Maybe. Or maybe I should just do this. But we're still not handling empty lines correctly, it seems. What was I doing? Match string, no properties. I think I had a nil there. But maybe it's not matching? Let me check this one more time. So I'll do read builder. Paste that in. So it should be catching those lines. It's just that the match 3 is going to be nil. But that's okay. That's not 50 lines though. Why is it only stopping right there? It's kind of weird. Let's do this one more time. Whoa. Okay, so that happened. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. So startup performance, org. Okay, so that did show up right. Okay, so org. Yeah, because I did put those comments in like that. All right, cool. Yep, that's why. John says, maybe this is a point where it makes sense to copy the entire buffer and mark up the copy versus building the new buffer. Yes, I think that's absolutely true. So let's just do that now so that we save ourselves a lot of headache and also make the code simpler. So that's a good way to do it. Okay, so what I'll do with current buffer, output buffer. So yeah, I'll do that anyway. However, I need to read the whole file, and buffer substring should do that. Get the whole text from the beginning to end. I don't know if there's a more efficient way to do that for the entire file, but inside of with current buffer, output buffer, I'll just delete the current contents. Then I can use with buffer, current buffer, find file, no select, file path, save the excursion. Well, I don't really even need to save excursion because if all I'm going to do is just grab the contents and insert them, then there's really no point. So what I'll do is insert and just grab this buffer substring. Okay. And then line those up. And let's take that and save it here. Clone buffer, is that right? Clone buffer. Return a twin copy of the current buffer. New name. Okay. And does that let me set the file also? New buffer can be edited independently. New names for the buffer. Maybe modify blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I guess it's good too because it doesn't even require having the saved contents. We can try that first and see what it does. Mortazol says, what language is this? This is Emacs Lisp. copy buffer. What is that? Copy to buffer content comes to a fresh buffer. Well, yeah, that's... Oh, it's something different. Okay. So we will use then, instead of insert, we can use clone buffer. And maybe I'll clone it to have the same name as the output file. Let's comment that out really quickly. Current buffer, output buffer. With current buffer, wow. So I want to have the current buffer the buffer for the, let's see. God, what is going on? Find file, no select, file path. Presumably that gives me the buffer for the file if it's already open. And then with current buffer, I know this seems weird, clone buffer. And then the new one would be the output path. I think that should work. We'll find out in just a moment. And then delete region. Don't need to do that. So let's comment that out too. We're just going to keep those around for a second to see if we need them. With output to temp buffer. I don't want a temp buffer yet. I want to actually set up a buffer for the output file so I can save it afterward. Switch to buffer. Was it current buffer? I just wanted to switch to it and see what it does. All right, so we've got that. That closes the with current buffer. Let's just comment that out too. At this point, it's just a big mess of a function. But at least entering debugger can't clone a file visiting buffer. That's interesting. Hey, Vladislav. Okay, so I guess we go back to the previous approach then. We're gonna go to output buffer, and I'm gonna delete that. No, not that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so switch to buffer. I'll do it at the end. Let's uncomment this line. Want to delete that region. And then with current buffer, find files, no select. Yeah, we'll pull this back in because it seems like we do need that after all. Join that line. Join that line. Also do that too. We are still in there, so I can just take all that out. Delete that. Move that up. That needs to be here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, reeval that function. Okay, so init.org doesn't have any contents. Did I do something wrong? With current buffer, find file, no select, file path. Which one is the current buffer in that case? Backseat coder. Well, that's fine, you know, that's the whole point. Is for you to be entertained by my fumbling around and also to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so we open the output buffer. In the output buffer, we delete the region. We get the, yeah, so I think what I need to do, I'm doing the wrong thing here. I'm inserting the buffer contents into itself, it seems. So what I need to do then is to grab the contents of the outer buffer. No, okay. This way. Okay, I see now. I need to move the insert out, like right here. And then fix that. Buffer substring, that's gonna do it, I think. Okay, that pulls what, the first line? That's really nice. That's because I'm doing the wrong thing here. So point min point max. All right, so now we have a .org file with all the original contents. That's cool. So it's almost like, yeah, we need to just rip off the front of these. And anything else needs to be a code block. So any line that matches needs to be replaced, but then other lines need to be wrapped, which still sort of begs the question, what do I do about the code block lines? I need to be able to go through the file and find lines that don't have the stuff at the beginning and then turn those into code blocks. So, I mean, you know, doing this to start with is okay, I think, but I need to be able to locate code blocks at least. Insert file contents file name. Okay, that works. Insert file contents. The thing about insert file contents is it doesn't take the current state of the buffer. I don't know if this does too. If a buffer exists visiting file name, return that one. So the benefit of this over the other approach is that at least if you have the buffer already open, this will give you the latest contents in the buffer and not just the file that's on disk. What about insert file contents? If second argument visit is non-nil, the buffer's visited file name and last save file mod time are set. Visited file name. Is that right? Maybe that's it. Maybe it actually does pull from the visited buffer. So that could be a simplification. It's written in C, so I can't actually see the source of that easily. Replace the current buffer contents. Okay, so that is probably the right way to do this. So let's try it one more time. How about we do that instead? So insert file contents. We should probably get the actual code written though. File contents, file path, visit true, begin, end. Well, I mean, wouldn't you think that begin and end should be point min max? Can it be nil? If visit is non-nil, beginning and end must be nil. Okay, interesting. And then the last one is replace, which should be T. All right, so with current buffer, output buffer, insert file contents. Let's get these out of here. Whoa. Do that, okay. Let's see if this works. Seems to be working just fine. Cool. Well, that gets rid of some code. Probably faster too since it's written in C. All right, so we've optimized the crap out of that. So let's now try to see if we can get this code back in. So there is a regex replace. Search forward, replace search. Search for the next occurrence of search string to replace. And perform replace. Is that the thing we need? Replace search string. Don't know. Oh, hold on a second. That's probably not the right one. Replace RE. Replace regex. Regex to string. Okay. Now to string. Is that going to be a... Okay, so then you can get... yeah, replace regex. So I can pull groups in with that. Yeah, let's try it and see what happens. So I'll go grab this gnarly regex. And then right here, I need to do it multiple times though, not just once. Delimited, start, end. So how do I do it? I just loop until it doesn't work anymore? Until it returns nil? Probably. Oh, here it goes. This function is usually the wrong thing to use in a Lisp program. What you probably want is research forward, replace match. Okay. Well, there we go. That was helpful. Research forward. That regex. Need to add the quotation mark. Also need to delete that. Oh, come on. This is where Lispy is going to give me hives. Delete that. Take this whole bit. Drop it in. Yeah, we lost Foskers. We need all of our brains on board to solve this very difficult programming task. All right, so while research forward, and then the next thing was to use replace match, and then we have a string for the replacements. And in this case, when there's a match, I'm just gonna say foo. Let's do that first and see if it works. Search failed. Give me a break. Did I copy it wrong? Because it was working before. // No, it looks right. Research forward. Insert file contents. Yeah, that all works fine. Here, let's just take that out one more time. Just verify that everything is going back into the file like we expect. Yep, everything's good. Okay. That file seems to be saved also at the same time. So it doesn't like. You want to nil T when you research forward 99% of the time. Where? Did I miss a parameter? Yes, I did. Thank you. My mistake. All right, so those lines get turned to foo. That's a good, promising start. So now we will change them to actually use group syntax. And stands for whatever matched the nth group. So in this case, excuse me. And I think let's put 3 there. And then we'll see what that does. Probably need to check the levels too. That did nothing. What am I looking at? What in the hell is happening? Init.new.el, that's not even right. That's the wrong file. Because we're in the output buffer, but it seems to be editing the input buffer for some reason. Init.new.el. That's very strange. Double escape and strings. Oh, okay, yeah. No. Yes. What is happening? Okay, let's just get rid of this too. Bye-bye. Get rid of that window. Okay, now let's go back and escape these. Invalid use in replacement text. Whatever matched the whole of regex / n is a digit. Oh, hold on. Did I make a mistake? No. Something's wrong. / number no equal sign? Yeah, okay. Somebody needs to update the doc strings. Okay. What? I'm confused about what I'm seeing here. Whoa. How's this editing the wrong file? I am really confused. It's like it's an org buffer, but at the same time, it's got init.new.el as a name. Something about the way that I'm setting that file up is wrong, I'm pretty sure. Is it like an indirect buffer? What's happening? Which file is visited after insert file contents? Yeah, great question. Should be the one we started with, but I'm starting to question whether that's the case. Every time I open up init.org, it says I'm in initnew.el, which is very confusing. I think the buffer name got duplicated. It's not the same buffer. What the hell is happening? Whoa. Okay, which init new is this? Of all of them. Init new.el. Okay, so let's check this again because I think that something wrong happened. I should have kept the other way that I was copying stuff because I think this one is doing something unexpected. See if the docs say anything about visit. Second argument, visit is non-nil. The buffer's visited file name and last file mod timer set, and it's marked unmodified. If visiting is the file does not exist, visiting is completed before the error is signaled. Vitferinger. Yeah, the stream title is broken because I had to restart the stream, but we're hacking on a different way to do literate configurations. Yeah, it's not going so well at the moment. All right, so let me think about this for a second. Insert file contents is doing something that I don't trust. It's freaking me out a little bit, so maybe let's just go back to what we were doing before. Insert with current buffer, find file, no select. I know this is probably not perfect, but if it works better and doesn't give us problems, and it's better. Buffer substring point min point max. Okay. That should do it. Everything's lined up. Okay, let's try that one more time. Wrong argument type, insert. What did I do wrong here? Oh, hold on. Boom. Okay. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Delete region point min point max. Okay, so now we're back here again, and the file does not look like it's been edited, which is interesting. Why not? Init.org. Let's just kill that buffer. Run this one more time. Seems to have gone through the file because the point's at the end now, but oh, I need to move the cursor back to the top too. Okay, yeah. So, what was it? Himanshu says, "Are you on Twitch as well?" Yes, I am. System Crappers on Twitch. What was the function to move the point? Yeah. So I was using beginning of buffer, and Fosker's corrected me on that, so I don't remember exactly what what I was using before. Maybe it's here. Go to care point, man. Thank you, Ashraz. Right after this point, let's do that. Take that. Fix the indent on that line. Kind of messy. Not loving it, but whatever. Okay, so that worked. So at least this line got put in the right way. Need to delete this off the end of that line. One of the others, this one did not get fixed. And I don't know why. Why did that not get replaced? And then native compilation did. Okay, so that's fine. And if we run that again, cool. Okay, so it seems to be repeatable. All right, so now if there is a heading, you should probably drop that in too. But if there's not, I wonder what's going to happen. If I can conditionally find the heading. Okay, so that worked. And yeah, there's an extra space at the beginning of the line that I don't like. Can I... Is there a way to... eat white space at the beginning? Oh, interesting. So it just says /n here. Nth parens didn't match, substitute nothing. Any other character following / signals an error. Case conversion does not supply. Optional for string argument is non-nil. It should be a string to act on. Yes, I still don't like this as much. However, I guess I could construct my own string and just replace the whole thing. When it's aligned with just the opening comment syntax and nothing more, the end of line gets swallowed too. When it's aligned with just the opening comment syntax and nothing more. Yeah, probably so. So, place match. So I can pull these things myself and make my own string to replace with, I think. I can put whatever text I want, I think. Star must be followed by at least one space. Where is that? Yeah, I have the space here. Or white space, but maybe I shouldn't be using white space. Maybe I should just use space, actually. All right, so back to what I was thinking about before. Let's do this. Match string, no properties. That's 2 spaces. Swallowed. Okay. Yeah, my brain is not following regexes at the moment, so I'm just going to do some other things and see if I can build the right string to come out of this. So let final line. Let's do this. Move this up. Whoa, not that level. Come on now. Whatever. Final line, match string, no properties. When match string, no properties, number 2 has something in it. Then, oh, I think I want an if on that case. If. This is going to be messy. I'm just going to try to get something in here. If. Then I want to say format. Match string, no properties 2. Match string, no properties 3. Otherwise, I'm going to use just match string, no properties 3. And that should do that. And then here, I will just pass in final line instead. And that should do it. There we go. Okay, so startup performance. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that worked. Not the prettiest solution. If you don't want a non-conditional space on non-headings, then use 2, 3, no space in the output and move a single space into the second group. Yeah, maybe so. But like I said, I can't parse regexes at the moment because now my brain is destroyed from all the fun that we had before, so. And the native compilation also got put correctly. That's cool. But then I still need to be able to make these things into code blocks, and that might be something we'll have to do another time because I'm running out of time now. How did startup performance get added right there? That doesn't belong there. Ah, because somehow it got injected into this file. Binding for the init file. Is that what it's supposed to be? Okay. Is that what I had in emacs.org? Or did I break something? Come on, let's go. Okay, there's another empty line that probably got lost. All right. Let's try running it one more time. Use a hook to measure Emacs startup time. Interesting how that wrapped, but it still didn't take that off. And that didn't get taken off either. So I'm doing something wrong somewhere. YouTube's formatting is not ideal for regular expressions. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let me just see what we have here. No love for RX. I need to use RX for sure. But like I said, I don't have time to figure out RX right now. A star must be followed by at least one space. If you don't want an unconditional space on non-headings, then use 2, 3, no space in the output, and move a single space into the second group. Well, I need to be able to eat a space in between here. Because there's going to be a space after the hyphen. So I need to eat that space. That's why I was trying to eat the space here and here, basically. Actually, no, here and here, I guess. And that's what this string is for. But maybe I'm wrong, actually, about that. Maybe it got lost because you're forcing it to have a space after the thing. Yeah, okay. Is that why? All right, let's just move this really quick. Let's just see what it does. So I'm gonna take this out. That has a space there already. So yeah, I think that's right. Just need to put this here, right? Yeah. So that should fix that issue. And then here, this could be optional. I can make this part optional, I think, and then put the space in with that section so that I can at least, yeah, we'll do that another time. Let's run this anyway and see what it does. Okay, so that did fix that part, but there's still a space in front. But at least that's better. I mean, we did make some progress there, and the highlighting for lexical binding turned up correctly. And then, yeah, after that, it's basically just trying to find the code blocks and turn those into code blocks. So, I mean, there's a little bit of progress here. It's not as much as I would have hoped to make, but that's because we got delayed by Emacs making a fool of me. So that's how it goes sometimes. Oops, let's see. I'm trying to go to another window. Anyway, hopefully that was fun. I don't know if it was fun. I know that a lot of people, you know, spent their time that when they could probably be doing other things trying to help me to figure this out. So I appreciate that. So maybe next week we can start a little bit more on this. I don't know. I mean, I should get back to EXWM also, but I kind of wanted to take a look at this today. After I poked around with my config a little bit more this morning, I determined that I probably wouldn't try to do this approach. I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to generate an org file from an Emacs Lisp file, but if that outorg package that that someone mentioned is sufficient for that, then that might be a better approach than doing what I'm doing right now. But like I said, I don't know if it's sufficient for this. Let's see if QBrowser is going to hang on me at the very last minute here. Let me open that up first. Don't report. Okay, good. We didn't lose our ability to use keys. Out.org, out.org. There it is. Alpha Papa's out.org. So this may be something that could be used for this whole thing as well. Curious just to see what they do in this file. In your init file. Language name associations. Tracked org markers. Okay, yeah, this seems to be very specific towards editing the contents of a file as an org file somehow. You would think that this file would actually be using the same thing. We treat nestable comments as code. It's a lot of code in here. If it does the same thing, that's a lot of code that had to be written. Okay, anyway, thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate the interaction and contributions from the people in the chat, and thanks for sticking with me. Coming up 3 a.m. in the morning here. Wow, that's very early in the morning. I hope that was enough to put you to sleep, because it was kind of boring. Anyway, thank you all again, using the number of indicate header. Yeah, I've seen that too. I think Outshine supports that. So that's something I would probably have gotten to. Maybe, I don't know. As you can see, when I start using multiple semicolons, Lispy starts kicking in and starts trying to do things on its own. So it's not so easy to edit lines like that. All right, folks, so Friday we'll be back with another live stream. I'm not exactly sure yet what that's going to be. We might be playing around with the new Geeks Home if I can get a good setup in a VM or something where I can play around with that without destroying my own configuration. Otherwise, I'll figure something else out. And then next week, probably we'll get back to the org website series, because there's more to say on that topic. But anyway, thanks so much for being here and sticking with me through the broken stream. And then maybe next week we'll have better luck. And maybe next week I'll be using a better window manager. Probably not, though. Well, when I say better, I mean one that won't hang whenever I open a file that has extremely long lines. But anyway. So thanks a lot, folks, for being here today. Definitely check out the link in the description for supporting the channel if you're so interested in doing that. And I'll try to put up some show notes for this to pass the code along in case anybody else wants to hack on it and provide some suggestions before next time. But yeah, until next time, thanks so much for being here and happy hacking. I'll see you.